Right now at noon, a search warrant in Franklin, Kansas leads to an arrest, the recovery of thousands of dollars of stolen property, and more.
We're going to see some beautiful warm days ahead. We're going to tell you how warm it's going to get coming up.
Plus, with the arrival of spring comes the arrival of many furry critters coming out of hibernation. What experts want you to know before an unexpected encounter.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Samantha Walker. Kansas Highway Patrol executes a search warrant in Franklin, Kansas Friday morning. According to the Crawford County Sheriff's Office, the warrant stemmed from an ongoing stolen property investigation. Investigators seized thousands of dollars worth of previously reported stolen property, suspected methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia, and suspected unlawful suppressors and fully automatic firearms. Chad Swayze was arrested and transported to the Crawford County Jail. He's currently being held on 26 charges, but more could be filed. This investigation is still ongoing. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact authorities. Now let's check in with meteorologist Donald O'Keefe for a look at the forecast.
Well, it's been a pretty nice day so far. We're going to see those nice conditions continue over the next couple of days. Take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. You can see the sun shining through, just some few upper clouds there, but looking pretty good so far. Taking a look at some of our MoDOT cameras, you can see conditions for driving look pretty good. You can see a little bit of congestion right there for that camera, but most of the areas look pretty good. Nice sunny skies as we get through the day. Taking a look at yesterday though, we got to a high of 61 degrees. The average is 50 for this time of year, so we are 11 degrees above average, and we're going to stay above average over the next couple of days. You can take a look at our temperature trend. We are at 59 degrees on Saturday, but you can see by today 68 degrees, and then into the low 70s for tomorrow and into Wednesday. So we're going to see some very nice days ahead of us. Planning your evening though, it's going to be a bit breezy out there, mostly clear skies. We're going to see 63 degrees by 7 p.m., cooling into the upper 50s by 11 p.m. tonight, and it's also going to be a bit windy. I'll tell you how windy it's going to be coming up.
Thanks, Donald. Today is President's Day, and in honor of that, KOAM is proud to be hosting our first Great American Flag Swap of the year. Today's flag swap is officially underway. Here's a live look at the Joplin Roper Honda. The swap will go until 1:30 p.m. or until all flags are given out. You can bring your tattered or old flag, and we'll give you a new one for free. There are 100 flags available, and your old flag will be properly retired. Well, Saturday, more than 100 people participated in the law enforcement Torch Run Polar Plunge for Special Olympics Kansas. The Torch Run Polar Plunge is a 20-year tradition and held again at the Crimsonville Apartments. Teams from all over raised funds in advance, promising to those donating they will take the polar plunge into the 46-degree waters. The program has grown immensely over the years.
This is an awesome event, knowing that when we started this event we raised $200 and now we're up over $30,000, and seeing that the first time we plunged we had like 15 people, now we have over 100 plungers. We have numerous teams, businesses, sponsors. It's pretty awesome.
The money raised stays local in Southeast Kansas to fund Special Olympic events and also to send athletes to the state Summer Games event in June in Topeka. Well, yesterday, the Langston Hughes Cultural Society hosted a birthday celebration honoring the Joplin native. The event was held at the Mini Hackney Community Service Center and marked what would have been the prolific poet's 125th birthday. Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez presented a proclamation, and a representative on behalf of State Senator Jill Carter delivered a resolution that will later be read on the floor of the Missouri Capitol. Organizers say celebrating Hughes is also about inspiring the next generation to reconnect with poetry and the written word.
I don't believe that poetry necessarily has died down. I think it's taken other turns. Music is poetry. Rap.
The Langston Hughes Cultural Society has several plans in the works this year, including a new poetry garden at the poet's birthplace. Well, Neosho's Bright Futures held its bowling tournament yesterday at Edgewood Bowling Alley, welcoming teams of all ages to compete. Prizes were awarded for the best and worst teams, as well as the best dressed group. Attendees took part in a silent auction, supporting a great cause in the process.
It's so much fun, and we've partnered with Jennifer Clark, the owner here at Edgewood Bowling Center, and she donates this whole entire bowling center to us, so it costs nothing. So everything we make today is 100% profit. We are so grateful for our community members and businesses. We wouldn't be able to do this without their support.
Even those who didn't bowl left with smiles, enjoying the festive atmosphere and the chance to give back. Well, with spring right around the corner, critters will be leaving their state of hibernation, making sightings more likely. KOAM's Mitch Adams brings us more.
As temperatures rise in the upcoming months, some wildlife might be easier to spot as hibernation ends.
Hibernation for a lot of animals looks a little different, so they'll be waking up. Some of them have slept the whole winter away, others were in light slumber.
Once these critters rise for spring, their mission will be finding food, a mate, and potentially a new habitat.
So oftentimes folks will have maybe brush piles or different piles just accumulating around their house, and those are perfect little dens for these animals where they're always looking for the new home, and your home might be the one.
If you happen to have an unexpected encounter with one of these animals, it's best to help them escape and continue their journey.
Animals are a lot more scared of you than you are of them. Most oftentimes they don't actually want to be where they're at if you have found them in your home, and so they're looking to escape. And so if you're able to provide a very safe way for them to escape, even better.
Reporting from the 4 states, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
The Missouri Department of Conservation says to call an exterminator or animal control for professional help if the situation is out of your control. The MDC also mentioned that nearly 70 different species of mammals can be found in Missouri. Well, coming up, efforts to reopen parts of the federal government are underway. The partial shutdown entered its 3rd day Monday, with people traveling over the President's Day holiday already feeling the impact. And later, we're making a cherry pineapple dump cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A partial government shutdown impacting the Department of Homeland Security has entered a 3rd day with no resolution in sight. Lawmakers are now on a week-long recess with key sticking points in the negotiations still unresolved. Natalie Brand has the latest details from the White House.
Essential workers like TSA agents are now showing up to work without pay amid a partial government shutdown, along with more than 50,000 Coast Guard members. Other DHS employees are furloughed, including nearly 2/3 of the federal cyber defense workforce, which protects critical infrastructure.
All the Democrats are doing right now is trying to shut down TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA.
Lawmakers on both sides are blaming each other for the impasse over proposals to reform the administration's immigration enforcement tactics following clashes and the shooting deaths of 2 American citizens in Minnesota.
We're willing to have a good faith conversation about everything, but fundamentally we need change that is dramatic, that is bold, that is meaningful, and that is transformational.
Among the changes Democrats are pushing for, an end to roving patrols, tightening rules around warrants for ICE arrests, and blocking federal agents from wearing masks. Border Czar Tom Homan defended ICE tactics on Face the Nation.
I don't like the masks either, but because threats against ICE officers are up over 1,500%, actual assaults, and threats are up over 8,000%. These men and women have to protect themselves.
The White House and Senate Democrats remain the lead negotiators, and heading into the weekend, President Trump signaled his goal is to protect law enforcement.
ICE has done a phenomenal job. Border Patrol, we have a closed border for the first time in history.
The Senate isn't scheduled to return until next Monday, but lawmakers have been put on notice to come back earlier if a deal is reached. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Now, Congress is back in session on February 23rd, giving lawmakers just days to come up with a deal before the first missed paycheck for those federal workers in March. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
George Washington might have chopped down the cherry tree, but my guess is that Martha was the one who made dessert. I bet she really would have loved the dessert we're making today.
Now we're going to see well above average temperatures for this time of year and also windier conditions. How warm is it going to get? Those details coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
nice conditions through the next couple of days as well. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. You can see nice sunny skies, just some clouds off there in the background, mostly upper level clouds. And you see that the camera is shaking as well. It means as we're getting pretty windy out there. We're going to see pretty windy conditions as well over the next couple of days, along with those warm conditions. Take a look out at the Joplin Metrocams from MoDOT. You can see nice clear conditions. Like I said, just some clouds lingering through. Traffic looks pretty good at the moment. But like I said, the big story is just how warm it's going to be and even how windy it's going to be as well. Take a look at our SkyWatch storm tracker. You can see across the area we have a nice high pressure system over the region. That's why we're seeing warmer conditions, also some clear conditions, but also that means we're going to see those windy conditions as well. Temperatures across the area, you can see that influx of nice warm air from the south pushing into our area. We're going to see above average temperatures, even up to 20 degrees above average. Let me take you through time. So this is today. Clear skies by this afternoon. You can see those wind bars are going pretty quickly. We're going to see pretty windy conditions as we get into Monday night. Some clouds are going to be increasing by Tuesday morning. We're going to still see windy conditions for us, but we're going to stay dry. As we get into Tuesday afternoon, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies. By tomorrow evening, maybe we could see a speckle of precip, mostly drizzle out there, but it's going to be very, very isolated and very unlikely, but it's going to be mostly cloudy and windy Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night into Thursday or Wednesday morning, getting these days right. By Wednesday morning, those winds do dissipate, clear skies, but as we get into Wednesday afternoon, we're going to see mostly sunny conditions, and then those breezy conditions, those breezy winds will be back for our area. As we get into Wednesday night, though, we're going to see conditions improve as well. Still windy by Thursday morning, but staying clear. Like I said, I keep mentioning it's going to be pretty windy. This is for today. We're going to see wind gusts 30, 35, even up to 40 miles an hour for today. Like I said, there is some stronger winds that we can see even into Tuesday. You can see all that purple shade there. You can see wind gusts 40, even 45 miles an hour by Tuesday afternoon, and that means we do have a fire weather watch for most of those northwestern counties up there in Kansas. So make sure you're just being careful. If you're lighting any fires, you might as well not even light any fires at all, because it is going to be very windy and very dry. Taking a look at today, though, high of 69 degrees, above average temperatures, mostly clear to partly cloudy, and like I said, those winds could gust up to about 30, 35 miles an hour for today. For tonight, dropping down to 52 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Those are going to be pretty mild for this time of year, overnight lows. And like I said, it's still going to be windy into tonight as well. Looking at tomorrow, on the warmer side, high of 70 degrees, still warm temperatures, but it is going to be mostly cloudy and still also very windy. We do have increased fire danger for tomorrow because of those winds out of the south that are going to be gusting up to about 45 miles an hour for our Tuesday, and even pushing into Tuesday night. Dropping down to only 52 degrees, mostly cloudy, still windy. Winds can still gust up to 35 miles an hour for us tomorrow night. Taking a look at our 7 to 10 day here. Monday for today, we're going to be 68 degrees, windy conditions. Tomorrow, 70 degrees, still windy. By Wednesday, winds are going to calm down. We're going to see mostly sunny skies, mild high of 72 degrees. Then by Thursday, we're going to see temperatures get to 68 degrees. By Friday, we're going to have a cold front starting to push in, dropping those temperatures down into the upper 40s, maybe even watching for some precipitation by Saturday, staying around average through the weekend, then by Sunday and Monday in the low 40s, then back up to the mid to upper 50s by the following week. But we're going to have some overall really nice days for the next 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these nice warm temperatures, but the thing that has made me nervous is I've heard a couple of different meteorologists and weathercasters say, you know, we are in fall spring right now, and we've been in fall spring.
Yes, it is. That's the thing, is like people are thinking that it is spring right now, but it is still February, and we might, like I said, we're going to see a cool down this weekend, so we'll see what happens.
And I know Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, I trust him. I trust what he says.
I'm not excited about any more winter because I've gotten used to this spring, for sure.
I know.
Well, thank you, Donald. Even if it's not the news I want to hear, I'll enjoy these next few days, for sure.
Of course. Exactly.
Well, thank you. We'll stick around. We're making cherry pineapple dump cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, this amazing dessert is perfectly presidential, or at least we like to say it is, in honor of George Washington himself. We're making cherry pineapple dump cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Every year on President's Day, it's been a tradition for us to make some type of cherry dessert, as a salute to George Washington chopping down a cherry tree. And every year, we get a tremendous response from all of you telling us how much you love those cherry desserts. So for all of you cherry lovers, here's a recipe that's as easy as it is good. We start by mixing together a can of cherry pie filling with a can of crushed pineapple, juice and all, in a baking dish. On top of that, we sprinkle on a package of dry yellow cake mix that we've tossed with a touch of cinnamon. To add a crunch, we finish it off with some chopped walnuts and drizzle the whole thing with melted butter. I mean, it couldn't get any easier. It's all made in one pan, there's no mixer to deal with, and it bakes up in no time. Oh, you'll know when it's done, when the top is golden and the filling is bubbling hot. Imagine serving this over a big scoop of ice cream. I sure hope you'll go online and get the recipe for what we call cherry pineapple dump cake, so you can have one amazing dessert that is perfectly presidential. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a cherry good way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
We're going to see some beautiful conditions over the next couple of days. Temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s, but it also is going to be breezy. We can see wind gusts up to about 45 miles an hour for Tuesday, but nice conditions before we cool down by the weekend.
Really pretty great weather for our President's Day Great American Flag Swap, which is still underway right now. Here's a live look from it. Today's flag swap is the first of 2026 and happening at the Joplin Roper Honda. The swap will go until 1:30 until all flags are given out. You can bring your tattered or old flag and we'll give you a new one for free. And there are 100 flags available. Your old flags will be properly retired. So what do you have coming up for us tonight?
Well, a lot's coming up at 5. For starters, a look at the unique pressures on Olympic athletes. An American figure skater was the heavy favorite to win gold on Friday. Instead, he collapsed, finished 8th. We're going to hear from a skater about the pressure and a psychologist who prepares the athletes for it. Plus, a man's hoping to help people in the 4 states search their loose change for collectible coins. And we're going to preview tomorrow's Joplin City Council meeting, where the discussion of a land annexation proposed data center continues. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
Well, those all sound great, Dow. Thank you so much. That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at noon. Have a great afternoon.